Hello everybody, welcome back to Neptune's Rings. We're here again with Kerbal Space Program, but today we have a bit of a different kind of episode. As you all may be aware, a few days ago on May 30th, they released a new DLC, Breaking Grounds. So I figured we'd do a quick little video covering some of the new parts and things that got added, mostly the new science equipment, the deployables, as well as the couple new parts, the robotic parts, which will be super interesting um, to see what we can end up doing with those in the future. I have a pretty simple little demonstration set up to show them off a little bit, but um, I have a little craft already here ready. We're in unlock them in our career mode, but we'll probably end up having them anyway eventually, um, and we'll be able to do some pretty cool stuff with them. But here we go. We can. Oh, gotta throttle up. That didn't happen. Real quick. Just real quick. See? All good. Nothing happened. And here we go. Always remember to throttle up. Especially for this behemoth. With a thrust to weight ratio of probably about 1 when we launched. It's going up slightly as we burn off mass, as well as get higher into the atmosphere. Less atmospheric drag. The changing efficiency of our engines and whatnot affects how that will all work out, but that's it's very technical. We'll just continue our burn and get ourselves to Duna. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag now. We're going to Duna, guys. We're gonna show this stuff off in proper glory. And I know in my my series we haven't quite gotten there yet, but I figured if we're in sandbox mode, we got the parts, we have the capability, we might as well go there and show things off in their proper glory, not just, you know, an easy trip to the mun or anything. That way we can use one of the new parts that requires atmosphere as well. There goes our side boosters. And I'll show off the ship a little bit more once we get up into orbit. Yeah, one of the new features, I don't know if you can tell very well in the little pictures here, the Kerbals have brand new little spacesuits that they wear. Very snazzy. Snazzy? Snazzy? One of those two. They look good. As you can see, this isn't Jebediah or Bill or any of them. Oops, I don't want that back. They're a little busy for this flight. We're not gonna quite talk about why. We'll fly by the seat of our pants, right? That's the expression. We're gonna wing it in our rocket with no wings. As well as I have a little, nothing to do with the DLC, but a little an Easter egg, I guess. Not really Easter egg, but I added something new to my games personally. That if y'all watch the series, y'all see more of. We'll see if anyone can point it out in this episode here before I make note of it in my series properly. A little off with our gravity charm, but not bad overall. Mostly out of atmosphere, but we're going to leave the fairing on for now because I've done a couple test flights where I did not do that and it did not end well. It's not what happened to Jebediah and his crew, though. Just to be clear, that's not them. That's not why they were busy. Just gonna coast up until we get a little bit closer to our apoapsis, so we don't waste all this fuel. We should be fine to get to Duna, but I just, you know, why waste it? It's not as we're kind of close, but we're not too close. But I don't want to waste fuel anyway, just in case. Now that we're up in orbit properly, or not orbit, but space, we can detach this fairing, and we can kind of get our first glimpse of our Duna ship. And I'll go ahead and explain everything, or give you all a little bit of a tour here in just a minute once we actually achieve a sort of orbit, just to make sure that we don't accidentally miss our chance and crash down the Kerbin. That'd be unfortunate. See, just like that, I almost missed it. Oh, we got a little wobble going. That's not ideal. Yeah, I should correct some of it. Okay, struts are very important. Make sure you don't wobble around too much. Keep in final electricity. I checked before we launch too. We should have a good transfer window to Duna, so that shouldn't be an issue. We're gonna actually pause there for just a little bit while we get a little bit higher, so we're not burning so inefficiently. It's never really good to be wasting fuel. There we go. Okay, perfect. And while we're here, we'll go ahead and deploy our solar panels. I absolutely love these solar panels. It's a Gigantor. It looks so nice. And while we're here just cruising around Kerbin, we'll go ahead and check out this one new feature. We have actuators and, well, if I can get it, actuators and what are they called? Rotors. Rotors and motors. And oh man, so many other things just included in our robotic parts that are going to make very nice craft. As you can see, I know it's very possible in modded versions people would make these little spinning habitats to simulate the gravity, artificial gravity, but now we can do it in stock. Well, it's the DLC stock, but still, you don't have to go around and get mods for this anymore, which is super nice. I know this is a pretty basic example, but people can get as creative as they want, and we probably will get more creative in future episodes. But for now, this is a good little example of what you can do with these. But for now, let's go and plan our trip to Duna. Oh. Looks like we're not in nearly as good a spot as I thought we were for our trip to Duna, so I'm gonna bring y'all back. I'm gonna do some time warping. I'll bring y'all back when we're in a much better position for this. Hey guys, welcome back. I have been fiddling around with Duna a little bit, and I got ourselves an encounter that we're going to try to hit here. As you can see, just a quick tutorial on how to get to Duna. It's pretty simple. It's just get into orbit, circulate around Kerbin, and then you just wait until Duna makes a 45-degree angle with you and the sun. And you just burn prograde along the orbit, and you should get an encounter around here somewhere, and just fiddle around till you get it. You can mess with descending node and whatnot, make more orbital corrections once you're out along your transfer orbit. But for now, that should be good enough, and we will get ourselves on underway. Okay, let's see. We have about excuse me, sorry, about 8 minutes until our burn. It's about 1:42, so we need to burn at 50 something seconds. I think that should be about right. About 51 seconds, we'll say. So we'll just go ahead and get ourselves over to the burn. Okay, I'll make sure we have time to get to our node. And here we go. Well, not yet, almost. Overshot, just a hair. And here we go. Should probably deploy our solar panels before, oops, that's not it. Here. Off to Tuna we go. Let's see. Have an encounter with the moon there. Hopefully we, yep, good. Don't actually want to encounter that. Okay, we got our burn. I'll bring y'all back once we reach Duna. Hey guys, welcome back. I just midway or most of the way, yeah, about most of the way through our transfer, I decided that we probably weren't close enough to Duna, so we were about a couple, like 50 million meters from Duna. So I did a little bit of a maneuver node here to try to fix that. You can see I got us down to, if it would stop dancing around, the Duna periapsis, nope, where is it? What's the maneuver node one? This one. Of 300, almost 340,000, or yeah, 340,000 instead of million. So hopefully that will do us a little bit better. And it's only 99 meters per second, well 99.9, basically 100. But we'll go ahead and give that a try. It's not a very long burn time. Hopefully it'll help us conserve some fuel so we can actually capture around Duna correctly. So we're going to go ahead and time warp to that maneuver. Here, we're coming down to the wire now. Okay, and we're going to burn about 3 seconds, of course, to make the maneuver correct. 3, now. We can actually get a little bit lower than. Oop. Okay, ended up going the wrong way. That's fine. You can see we saved quite a bit of delta V by doing that instead of waiting until we got to Duna to burn. Yeah, not quite close enough to do an arrow braking maneuver, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and see if we can capture. We can capture. We're going to use our other stage a bit up, but that's fine. Yeah, we should still be able to land. 1700 delta V. Let's see, 16. Yeah, I guess technically that still makes it. I'm not quite sure about their calculation though, but we'll go for it. Can also, once we get a little bit closer here, so we can try to do a. Didn't want that to go away. Can try a arrow braking maneuver. Here we come up on Mimus and, wow, that was way off. Sorry about that. Mimus and Ike. So we're gonna go ahead. Wow, we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a line prograde and get ready to go encounter Duna and its atmosphere. Do a bit of an arrow brake maneuver and see if we survive. Just warp ourselves a little bit closer. Wow. Beautiful. Don't need to be afraid of warping, just kind of go through. Alright guys, here we go, we're coming in. Let's retract all the solar panels and everything, just to make sure nothing tries to overheat while we make this very aggressive arrow braking maneuver. Let's hope we live. Don't hit a mountain accidentally, that would be bad. Wonder what would happen if I had brought some drogue chutes, if that would have helped us slow down a bit. It's an interesting thing to try in the future. Here we come. Looks like we're gonna crash. I really hope we don't. Coming in hot. See, the real question though is, are we going to be able to bring our apoapsis down into a stable orbit? Uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen. I mean, that's one way to do it though. Oh, that one's supposed to happen for sure. What did we lose? I'm not quite sure. We probably lost our antenna. Or the solar. Nope, it looks like we lost solar panels. Probably should have stopped those. Oh yeah, it looks like we arrow braked way too aggressively. But that's okay. Let's see if we can deploy our parachutes. It's unsafe currently. Okay, we can almost deploy them. Let's go ahead and land the whole thing. There we go. All the chutes are out. Did they deploy correctly? Oh, there. Guess they don't deploy when SAS is on? Ooh, those G's. We'll go ahead and see what makes it. Oh well. We mostly made it. Hey, hello guys. After some wonky maneuvering, we have righted ourselves, and yeah, it's been quite the little adventure getting this thing set up properly. This can actually go. As well as realize did not design the landing gears properly, so they won't unfold, which is unfortunate. But we're gonna go ahead and deploy our solar panels for the night. And we'll go ahead and time warp a bit until daytime, so we can start playing around with the new science. Looks like the sun's gonna rise over there. There we are. Alright. Oops, still time warping. Oop. Jump, 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 jump. Okay. Let's go ahead and extend the ladder. Open up the landing. Oh wait. Yeah. We had a bit of an incident. Accidentally launched the rover out of the base, so we're gonna have to go and retrieve that. Oops. And we'll go ahead and bring we'll bring who are you? Karloff, the scientist. What's really neat in this in the new DLC is, depending on who deploys the experiments, you get different benefits that come out of it. So you want scientists to deploy the science bits. Like, that's pretty self-explanatory, or you would think. It makes sense, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Please. Excuse me. What? Okay, there you go. Yeah, it was a little confused there. There's a little animation. Super neat. I believe this is our Communitron. This will allow us to communicate our data back to base. Whatever we find, which must communicate with the... Actually, that might just go back to base. So F grab. Go ahead and put this here, and there you go. Come on, you can do it. It's a little camera shy, but that's okay. Oh, okay. Oh, there it goes. You hear it? The animation finally kicked in for it. See, it's a little. It's the Goob ED monitor. So it'll monitor the science goo and record what's going on with it. As you watch it, it'll do little things like shake up the goo to try to um, get a reaction out of it. I'll put this one over here because it takes up a little bit of space. We'll give that one a little bit of time to. Oh no, there it goes right away. This is our Grand Slam seismic passive seismometer, which is super neat. That will apparently actually it'll read the seismic activities if you land any impactors, or I guess crash any impactors into the surface of the planet. It'll read data for that. So I'm excited to play around with that a little bit. We'll get the weather station out. Put this over here on the other side of the comms array because that seems like a great idea. We'll give him a second to get his act together. Let him warm up a bit to the camera. Got solar panels and the ionographer. Yep. Oh, did another acrobatics. Oh, this isn't. Oh, I guess it is who I wanted, the scientist. And there goes the weather station deploying itself. It's got a neat little windmill on it. Very neat little animations for these. Oops, no, stop that. Plant the ionographer. Give him a minute to kind of settle in. At which point, all these should now get a little buff to their science monitoring, gathering, because I had a scientist deploy them. And then we need this little control station here, which is what control. Oh, going for another jump. It's what controls all of the little deployables. Ooh, that sounds cool. I think that's the ionographer. Give him a minute. And then to power them all, you need little power generating stations. Yes, I would not guess that's what they are. So we'll put this guy right about here. And this is our RTG, basically. The radiothermal isotope generator. Let's see. Experience connected, comm signal 0. Oh, because we need power. Which, once that starts working, hopefully that'll all start kicking in. Oops, pushing my. I think that's my rover over there. That or that's something that we can scan. I'll get some. A little bit of a long process. I shouldn't have put them so far away. But stop! Don't push the lander over. Had a rough day already. Go ahead and put the solar array right there. Which those are super neat as well. And go out and deploy. Yeah, there goes deploying, and it'll start tracking the sun, gathering power. Well, I think they probably should have and could have added to the science package. They should have added like a deployable battery pack as well. Because I don't know. Well, I guess the RTG will run during the night, but for the solar panels, I don't know if they'll like model not having sun during the night or if it's just continual power. These guys are gonna generate science over time. I see. Powered and connected. That's powered and connected. I'm gonna power that on. I think this was on. Nope. Yeah, nope, it's off. Okay, cool. So that should be all the parts doing their experiments and running. All nice and neat. Okay. All the science is doing their things. And now let's see if we can go and find our rover. Here he is. I'm just gonna chug along in our nice little rover buddy. Oh. As well as those deployables, you get these little cameras, the scanning arms, very Curiosity-esque. So they give your rovers a little bit more purpose. You just gotta go and find one of these little... Break. Just gotta go and find one of these little rock features here. You gotta make sure it's a newer rock feature. Not like an old one. Let's see. Oh, this should work. Should be able to scan it. Yep. Click the little camera and he'll go and do his little scanny thing. There he goes. Just gonna take a quick picture of the rock. Do some spectrometry. Spectronomy. Wow, that was hard. And just generally get data from the rock and scan it, just as Curiosity would do, in a sense. Sure, it gets microscopic pictures as well and everything, but yeah, it adds a lot. This DLC adds a lot more to do on planetary bodies now. You can deploy your science, create more reason to create a base. You don't have to just role play that what you're doing there. You actually can create a little base and have science going, and your rovers can actually be out doing science, collecting data from rocks and other features on the planets. So that's super cool of this DLC, and you don't have to have the whole modded game just to get this. You can get into vanilla as long as you have, of course, the DLC, the expansion. But it's nice to see that they're adding all these things that the mods have done for so long. And yeah. And we'll just stop right about there. Yeah. Well, it's been Neptune's Rings with Breaking Ground DLC. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.